What's going on, everybody? Hope everybody day going well. It's the last day of the year, man. It's crazy. I can't believe that this is the last day of 2018, man. Last day, right? It's been a lot of ups, been a lot of downs, but for the most part, we broke even. I'm basically speaking for myself, for real, but I know there's a lot of y'all that feel the same way, right? And I know it's times that things get a little rough and we don't really know how to deal with it. And we always talk about going into the new year, doing something different, doing something new, trying to switch it up and just being a little bit more positive, you know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, me personally, I don't get caught up when the whole New Year's resolution thing. I don't get caught up on that. I feel like I got my mind set on some things that I want to do, and I just stay focused and do it. You know what I'm saying? One of them is I told myself last year, well, starting this year, that I was going to do 2 detoxes a year, which my second detox will be January 1st. Not twice a year, but I supposed to did another one in because I did my last one in May of 2018. So now I'm doing the second one in January. So I'm gonna try to keep doing that. So I got my mind focused on that. But I'm talking about other things that we say we want to do, whether it's financially, whether it's saving money, whether it's something that we want to do better for ourselves. I would suggest, and I'm not saying vision board. I'm not going to say vision board because I know Steve Harvey talks about having a vision board all the time. But I'm not talking about necessarily a vision board. But I mean, it's good to have something either that you write down in a book or something that you write down where you can literally track your progress of what you're doing. My suggestion is get you a dry erase board, on one side and a cork board on the opposite side. Or if not, just get a dry erase board and make a list of 20 things that you want to do throughout the year, 30 things you want to do throughout the year, however you want to do it. And give yourself time to be able to do all of those things. But, let's take 10 of the most important things and put them on a dry erase board. And make sure they tangible. Make sure it's something that you can really obtain. Make sure it's something that you really can do. You know what I mean? Even if it's going to take you some time to do it, it don't matter. Make sure it's something that's tangible that you can do. You know what I mean? And put those 10 things up on that board, and as you knock them down, just cross them out. So that way you can see your progress. I mean, some people erase it. Me, I would suggest crossing it out so that way you can see your checklist as you go. If you got 10 things up, and I'm not saying do it in order. It don't have to be in order. You may put a list of items of 1 through 10 on this dry erase board, but you may do 2 first, then you may drop down, you may get 8 done, and then you may do 5 and so on and so forth. So I'm not necessarily saying that they got to be in order, but just cross them out. So that way every morning you can look up at them and say, okay, I did this, now it's time for me to do this. And I think that's how we can keep ourselves focused on point for 2019. And so the reason why I say I'm not really getting all wrapped up into the whole resolution thing is because I feel like let's do something tangible. I mean, a lot of times we got these resolutions that we're going to lose 40 pounds, we're going to make, all this money, we're going to do all this. No. Let's do something that's tangible. Let's do some stuff that we know that we can do and hold ourselves accountable. If we got to get an accountability partner, if we got to get a mentor, I mean, it's good to have a mentor if you can find a good mentor, because a mentor needs to be somebody that you can see yourself being in the next couple years, meaning a mentor being somebody that's in a position that you would like to be in. So if you want to, get a mentor, that's cool. If you don't, hey, I can't tell you not to do it. Everybody, everything ain't for everybody. But I would suggest maybe getting a mentor or maybe just getting a accountability partner, somebody that will hold you accountable to what you say you're going to do. And I mean, when I say that, just check up on you. Hey, what we look like? Did you do this? Did you do that? And share your goals with them so that way they can be like, hey, did you knock this out? What you look like this week? Did you do this? because I feel like that may help us, whether it's your partner, whether it's your significant other, your partner, whether it's somebody, a homie, co-worker, whoever it may be, whoever you feel comfortable with, letting in on what you want to do and that you want them to hold you accountable. You know what I mean? Because this year, I can't say everybody did everything that they said that they was going to do this year. And I mean, even with me, I didn't do everything that I said I wanted to do, but the year did not go the way I thought it would go. And I mean, it ended totally different than it started. And it didn't end bad, but it ended in a way where I didn't see certain things coming. And I mean, even still, I'm blessed. I mean, I think this year has been another challenging year, but it's been a year of understanding that my character is battle tested. I've said that before. My character is battle tested, and it's been a year of unexpectation, having no expectation, just no expectation at all. And towards the end of the year, like in August, I started this podcast, and I started a new journey of just being online, sharing things with people, and just trying to do something a little different, because I feel like I got a lot that I want to say. I have a strong enough voice to get it across, and I mean, I want to be personable where I'm funny sometimes, if I am, because sometimes people tell me I'm funny and I'm not trying to be. So, but then I want to be serious and break some shit down, so that way people don't got to go through the same shit that I went through necessarily. And if I can talk to some people and they can share their stories, or where where their path took them and now they on a different path. I mean, I just feel like I want to be able to share some stuff so that way people know that they not the only persons going through certain things, and that they don't have to go down some of the roads that other people went down just because they did. You know what I mean? We can move a little different now. We can do things a little different. And the only thing that I suggest as this year closes is setting some goals, setting some tangible goals that can be obtained, and writing them down. And I don't care if you got 40, 50 goals. You got 365 days to work at it, right? And I got a couple that I'm working on and that I need to start my own board and, reevaluate and put some new stuff up for myself, because I got some other stuff that that I'm working on. I mean, even if it's stuff like, paying your car note on time, or like me, I just bought a new car, so I want to be able to pay my car note on time for the next 6 months so I can refinance it. That's going on my board. I want to be able to, put a certain amount of money in my savings account every time I get paid. That's going on my board. I want to start this maybe, start a business. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do yet, but I'm going to write that on my board. I'm just saying, whatever you feel like you want to do, put it on your board, man. Me starting this podcast and me being on social media was not something that I thought I was going to do. It was not something that I started, December 31st or January 1st of this year saying, oh, I'm going to do this. It just happened. I mean, in August, by the time August rolled around, I had people telling me, man, you tell your stories, you got a strong enough opinion, people want to hear that. So I gradually did it. And I mean, I had no expectations of what was going to happen. Didn't necessarily know who was going to support, who wasn't going to support. And of course, you always, want friends and family to support, but you just never know. And I mean, my family and friends support has been overwhelming. So I want to thank everybody, all the family, all the homies, sisters, everybody, who supported, this thing, man, thus far, man. I still got so many interviews to do. I still got so many topics I want to talk about, and I didn't get to talk about everything that I wanted to talk about this year because I had my own life challenges and some stuff that happened to me that what was going on. But it kind of, deterred me not to do everything that I thought I wanted to. But at the end of the day, we can only do what we can control. We can't get into this mindset that if something doesn't go our way, then it fucks up the rest of our year, or it fucks up the rest of the month or the rest of the week. We only can do what we can, and we only can control what we can control. And I think that's the only thing that we should focus on this year, is everything that we can control. If we can control it, if we can obtain it, then we should do that. But we should not get out of pocket, get out of character, get down on ourselves about stuff that we cannot control. It just doesn't happen. Nothing good comes out of that. So we gotta stay on point, maintain, be easy, only worry about things that we can control, write our goals out, whatever they may be. It could be something small, like I just said, paying a car note off or paying the car note on time. I mean, it could be something as small as that, that'll keep us on track, keep us, purpose driven, keep us filled with something that we can do every day to keep us on point. I didn't want to close this year out without saying thank you to everybody who supported the show, supported me, supported the project. I had some great interviews this year. I did one about my man T Hood, who went into the Hall of Fame for Delaware State University. I mean, it was way more impactful than I thought it was going to be. So I want to thank myself for even coming up with that idea, and thanking everybody who was a part of that project. I want to thank everybody who was a part of that project, because it made for a great project, right? And it was a great outcome, because Hood really loved it. A lot of people that listened to it said they loved it. It was long, it was a little lengthy, but soon as I thought it was going to be an issue that it was that long, I was watching a preview of the Chicago Bulls, and they about to do a trilogy and a documentary on them, and it's a 10-part series. So I felt like there's no way I could get everything that my man wanted to get out in 1 or 2 parts. And then I wanted other people to talk about him and what they thought about him, also with him talking about him and giving his own story. So I want to thank everybody about that project. I want to thank everybody who was involved with the PTSD project. I had another project for cancer. I appreciate the ladies who stopped and gave me some time to talk to them about that project. Of course, my very, 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 very first podcast, which was the podcast about Micaiah Wilson. It's like I started it, I did that project, did that episode, and it was just like, boom, I couldn't stop. I got addicted, and I wanted to keep it going. So I just want to thank everybody who continues to support me, man. I appreciate it, man. Shouts out to Japaris, man. Listen, we get ready to do some things, man, that's gonna change the game on the media side and on the clothing side. I mean, as you can see, my man always gonna keep me fresh, and I just want to make sure that I support him as much as he support me. I mean, we've been looking out for each other, since I realized that he was doing this project. I mean, this project for him started in 16. I didn't start really getting into it until early this year, you know what I mean? And then it was like we brainstormed. I told him about some stuff I wanted to do. We did a photo shoot for him. Me and my man L did a photo shoot for him up at MGM, and we just started rapping. I started picking his brain. Man, people saying I should start a podcast. What you think? He was like, Slim, if you think that's what you need to do, do it. And we just brain picked each other. We came up with a logo. Got the shirts printed. Got the logo on social media. Still working on some things with the logo and getting it trademarked and all that stuff. So I just felt like, man, it's a lot more to come. 2019 is not here yet, but I'm seeing a lot before I see it. I mean, I can see before I see it. And I think that's what all of our mindsets need to be for 2019, being able to see it before we actually see it. And the only way we can see it is by writing it down, putting it on paper, posting it, dry erase board, piece of paper, it don't matter. Put it down as you get to it, and you knock out that goal, cross it out so you can see your progress. And I think that'll help us get through the year more positive than we may have ended this year. And I mean, even though, like I said again, this year didn't end on the most positive note, but it didn't end on a bad note, you know what I mean? And I'm blessed, I'm still here. Both of my daughters are healthy. All of my nieces and nephews, they good. You know, my brothers and sisters, they good. You know, mom's good, grandma good. I mean, we went through a little, little family, stuff, pop-up challenges, whatever, but we still here. You know what I mean? I feel like if we still here and we still trying to strive to do better than we did yesterday, why not start writing some stuff down so we can actually see what we doing? I've been reading this book about, about successful thinkers and how to think outside the box. And as I'm reading this book, everything that's in this book that I'm reading is really, how I think, because I can actually think outside the box and see the bigger picture in a lot of situations. I mean, sometimes I can't see it in every situation, but I see it in most situations. So I just wanted to come on here again, thank everybody for the support. I also want to thank Mr. McKnight, man, for partnering up with me with the show Real Talk with the 6thman. I say again, man, we got a lot coming. I got people who are photographers that say they got equipment that they want to lend me, give me. I got, a tattoo artist. I just got some work done. My man was like, look, I got some recording equipment. I got some mics, man. Let me see if I can dig it up, man. If you want it, you can have it. So it's things coming that, I would have never thought are coming to me. And I'm blessed. And I'm very appreciative. It's not like I walk around looking for a handout. Even for when we started the T-shirt program, when I said donations, because I didn't want people to think that I was just basically asking for money. I wanted to be a partnership. I want people to donate to the show and me being able to give back a gift for the donation and then still be a part of the show, because I want to do something next year that's going to be big. And I just want everybody to start this new year all right. I mean, it might not be perfect, but at least write down what you want to do so you can stay on track and stay on course for everything that's coming to you this year. I mean, I feel like on a daily basis, things don't go the way we want them to go, right? And the saying is, everything happens for a reason. And so if everything happens for a reason, whether good or bad, try to take the bad or the not so good stuff as positively as you can to reinforce that positive thinking, so that way you can stay on point. Because we can easily get off track when something happens that we don't want to necessarily happen. Prime example, this morning, I think I got a speed camera ticket. Even though I thought I was doing the speed limit, I think the camera went off anyway. So I'm not sure if it, suggested that I, was speeding or I went through a yellow light. I don't know. But it was something that at the beginning of this year, that would piss me off. But this morning, I just looked at it. What can I do? It's outside of my control. It's not like I can go to the speed camera and change it and not send me a ticket if that's what it's going to do. I just got to deal with it. And I mean, that's what I'm saying for 2019. Whatever comes your way, just deal with it as positively as you can with your goals and write it down. And if it's something that you didn't write down and something that comes up, within a year, add that to your list. And add it wherever you think it needs to be added. You know what I mean? And just cross it off as you go, man. I mean, 2018 was a year of a lot that happened. I mean, from sports, entertainment, to, friends and family around the way. There's a lot of loved ones that's not here, that's gone. It's a lot of people, entertainment-wise, that's not here, that's gone. So 2018 was a pivotal year in my mind, of just things to remember. And even though the year didn't go the way we wanted it to, guess what? We still here and we still have an opportunity to be better than we were yesterday. So again, I want to thank everybody for continuing to be supportive of Real Talk with the 6thman, being supportive of my YouTube outlet, and just all I can say is thank you, man. I never saw any of this coming. It's a lot more that's gonna come, and the blessings they just keep coming, man. So I thank the big homie upstairs all the time, man, and I'm hoping y'all have a safe New Year's. I'm hoping y'all don't do nothing crazy, and celebrate it either by yourself, so you can reflect, or celebrate it with somebody that you want to bring in with the new year with with new ideas, new possibilities, whatever the case may be. So again, man, I hope y'all have a safe new year, man. I hope that you guys get you a board, a piece of paper, something to write down your goals, and just start targeting your goals, man, and write stuff down and crossing them off as you go, man. So I hope everybody have a good new year. I hope everybody have a safe new year, and I hope that the people that's not here, that left us this year, I hope we reflect and remember them and take some of their positive energy and put it outward towards the universe, so that way good things can happen to you. Remember, man, you can be better than you were yesterday. You just have to make a decision to do so. All right? It's the 6th man. I love y'all. I love the support. I appreciate everything everybody been doing for me, man. From the heart, man. Y'all be easy, and Happy New Year.